We've been talking about the GTA Expanded and Enhanced Edition over the last couple of weeks, and in this video, we're going to be talking about it even more. However, this isn't actually what's necessarily going to be in that Expanded and Enhanced Edition, because we still don't know. We're still waiting for Rockstar to give us some sort of information. What this video is going to be discussing is the price tag. Because in a recent interview, Take-Two CEO, who is like the head guy above Rockstar, who makes the business decisions, hinted that this upcoming edition of GTA 5 might be $70. Yeah, an 8-year-old game being re-released, $70. Let's talk about it. So this isn't anything new for Take-Two, at least. I mean, a couple of other gaming publishers are starting to make some of their PS5 and Xbox One Series X games $70. It seems to be a trend in the gaming community. We'll see if the actual gaming community accepts this, and within a year or two, if every game is $70, or if they just go back to being 60 because people complain about it. But one of the first games that Take-Two actually did was NBA 2K21. This game came out a couple of months ago, and of course it's on sale now because it's been out for a while, but you can see the list price on Amazon, $70. Now, keep in mind, this was only for the PS5 edition. The PS4 edition was only $60 like normal, but the PS5 edition and the Xbox One Series X edition were at that $70 price tag. And coming straight from the mouth of the head CEO, he says, in terms of pricing, we announced a $70 price point for NBA 2K21. Our view was that we're offering an extraordinary array of experiences and lots of replayability. The last time there was a frontline price increase in the US was in 2005-2006, so we think consumers are ready for it. I don't really know what that means, but he continues. He says, we haven't said anything about pricing other titles so far. We do tend to make announcements on a title-by-title basis, but our view is to always deliver more value than what we charge, and to make sure both the experience and paying for the experience are positive for the consumer. It's ironic he says that and then puts a $70 price tag on NBA 2K21. We'll get into that in a second. But he goes on to say, we all know anecdotally that even if you love a consumer experience, if you feel you were overcharged for it, it ruins that experience and you don't want to have it again. If you go to a nice restaurant and have a great experience and a great meal, but the check is double than what you think it should be, you're never going back. And then he ends by saying, we always want consumers to feel that we deliver much more than we ask in return. That's true for a recurring consumer spending as well. We're here to activate and engage consumers, and if we do that, monetization follows. And he said all that literally like a week or two ago in one of the conference calls that Take-Two every quarter. Now, the only other thing I'll mention is something he talked about in an earnings call from, I believe, like 6 months ago. He talks here, this is when he first mentioned the whole price increase. And in the middle of this paragraph, he states that we think with the value we offer consumers and the kind of experience you can really only have on these next generation consoles, that $70 price tag is justified. Now, before we even get into the GTA Expanded Edition, it's just, I find it very ironic how he's talking about quality and offering the consumers a good experience, and then they use NBA 2K21 as an example. Now, I'm not a basketball game fan. Like, I've not played any of the NBA 2K games, but from the majority of the people that I know or that I've seen online talk about these games, they have gotten worse and worse each year. I believe one of the more recent NBA games, they literally have ads in the loading screen. Not just like a picture, full-on video ads while you're loading into a game. In a $70 game, you're paying to see ads. And that's just the tip of the iceberg with all of the ridiculous monetization, scummy monetization that is in that particular title. So my thought is, if this head CEO, if Rockstar or if the Take-Two CEO truly thinks that NBA 2K21 is a great experience that you can only have on the next gen consoles, well, then what the hell does he think of GTA 5 coming out on the next gen consoles? Because regardless of what you think, GTA 5 definitely offers way more than most games out at the moment, even newer games. And GTA 5 came out 8 years ago. And Rockstar have stated at the least it's going to take this expanded edition is going to take full advantage of that next generation hardware. So on the optimistic side, this expanded edition of GTA 5 should have a lot of content. It should have some very awesome and exciting stuff to see. And according to the CEO, if a game offers an array of experiences and lots of replayability, which is what GTA checks both boxes on, they say that $70 price tag is justified. So it's not a stretch to think that GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced will be $70. And the reason I'm making this video is because at this moment, I don't think anything is set in stone. And I'm hoping that the community can just come together and be like, no, we're not going to accept this. GTA is great and all. GTA Online is fun. A lot of people play it. But releasing, even if it's like a remastered version of an 8-year-old game for $70, a lot of us have purchased this game 3 times for $60. And now you're asking for an additional 4th time for an additional $10 more? That is just not acceptable. I don't care what GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced will offer. And the more and more I think about it, there are other reasons that this $7 price tag makes sense. Within the last year, Rockstar made Red Dead Online a separate standalone thing from Red Dead Redemption 2, and they priced that at I believe like $20, when of course the regular base game is $60. But comparing Red Dead Online to GTA Online, there's a lot less content in Red Dead Online. So if they think Red Dead Online is worth $20, well, how much is the standalone GTA Online version that's going to be coming out this year going to cost? I thought maybe it would only be $20 at maximum $30. But I could totally see a world where Rockstar and Take-Two price the expanded edition for $70, which would include the expanded edition of GTA Online. But if you didn't want to spend that $70, you would have to pay $40 or $50 for the standalone version of the expanded GTA Online. And I really, really hope that this is not the case, because I don't want to spend that much money for this game, no matter, again, what they include. And I hope to see the same from you guys in the comment section. I really hope there's not someone out there that's like, you know what, $70 for GTA 5 for the 4th time. Oh, I'm all on it, man. Rockstar, you guys take my money. Look, again, I'm sure what they have in plan or what they have in store will be awesome, and that's why they're holding back. They're still working on it. They're trying to make it as best as they can. But it's just the fact that it's an 8-year-old game that has been released 3 times separately already. And if they have the audacity to go to $70 for a 4th re-release, I don't think that's something I can really get behind. Now, I will say, and this is just, I guess, trying to end optimistically on the bright side, if for whatever reason Rockstar and Take-Two decide to go with a $70 price tag for the expanded edition of GTA Online and for GTA 5, it better have major updates to story mode, to the story mode map. More specifically, it better add all of the extra stuff that GTA Online's map has: updated casino, updated island, or like the areas around the map where certain businesses are. Hell, add the Cayo Perico Island. I don't care. Add everything in online into single player. And I guess that also extends to the weapons, to the vehicles. Have different quests or missions, whatever you want to call them, to get and unlock those multiplayer exclusive weapons and vehicles. I haven't played single player in a while, but it's kind of crazy how when you go back into single player, so much of what you experience online just isn't there, because Rockstar never added it to single player. And if they want to charge $70, they need to do that. They also need to add some just quality of life stuff, things again we have in online, like, I don't know, various clothing save options, spawn locations. There's just so many little things that's missing from single player that's in online that if they want to charge 70 bucks, that stuff better get added. And then for online, if they want to charge that same price, you know, for online, for a standalone version of online, there has to be a map expansion at the minimum. There is no world that you can convince me what we have now in GTA Online 7-8 years later would be worth paying an extra $40, $50, $60, $70 for. There has to be some sort of map expansion. And I don't mean Cayo Perico, a little island. I mean an actual full-on, you know, Liberty City style map or size map. And they definitely need to fix the servers. The loading times, it's just ridiculous. We went over this a couple of days ago. If some random guy can fix the problem, Rockstar definitely need to. And I mean, those are just some big things. Obviously, there's a lot more minor things that would need to be fixed for this sort of price tag to even be thought of being justified. But I think, in my opinion, just the things I listed are some of the more important things that I could somewhat say, okay, it's not great, but at least they did this for that you know, $70 price tag. Either way, though, I want to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section, because this would honestly be one of the maybe more ambitious things for Take-Two to actually do. To release a 7-8-year-old game for 70 bucks for the 4th time. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know what it would take for you to even think about paying that. Like, what would they have to add? And even if everything was added, would you even consider paying 70 bucks for GTA 5 again? So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please drop it a like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more GTA content, and as always, I'll see you all in the next one.